For this tutorial, we're going to see how Jamboard, the interactive whiteboard, can actually be applied into your Google Classroom. If you don't know what Jamboard is, make sure you click at the top to see that link, and I'll take you to our Jamboard tutorials, or you can just go to the IT for Learning website. So the first thing I need to do is create my Jamboard, and remember, I can create multiple slides, as many as I want, and this is what I'm going to be sharing out with the students. So you could share it out like a normal Google Doc or anything like that. You could copy the link if you want to share it out that way, but let's focus on what this looks like in Google Classroom. So I'm going to click over to my Google Classroom, and I'm going to go to Classwork, and I'm going to create an assignment. So from here, obviously I do the naming, give instructions, do all that good stuff, but here's where I can add the Jamboard. I can go click Add. Now if I copied that link, I could just go put that link there and put it right in there and it will come up. But because Jamboard's integrated into our Google, it's going to be saved in our Google Drive as well. So this is the typical way we will share things as a template. So as my Google Drive loads up, there you can see there's my Jam. So I'm going to click on that one and I'm going to hit Add. Now, this is where we do our natural thing in Google Classroom. Are you just giving this for the students to see, or are you going to have them all be able to edit or make a copy for each student? All right, so for this one, I'm going to make a copy for each student. So I want them to maybe, this is a lesson, but I want them to do stuff on their Jam. So I make a copy, but of course, I'm going to choose what students it's actually going to. So here comes my differentiation. So I can click on whoever and send that just to that student and then assign it, and they're going to get a copy of that Jam. So the next phase is, what does that look like in your Google Classroom assignments? Well, it looks exactly the same as a regular assignment. So I'm going to show you one that's pre-done. So as I go look at my assignment, you can see you get all the Google Classroom effects in here. I can see who's turned it in, who's it assigned to. So let's go view that assignment. And there you can see all my people. I can see who's turned it in, and all the feedback features still work in here as they would as a Google Doc. So let's go click on Darlene Duncan's here. Now the one thing you're going to realize is that I can only see her first page. We know this Jam has more than one page. So I will want to go in and I will want to open with Jamboard. But before I do that, I could add private comments here, just like we could in our feedback for our Google sessions. So let's go open this with Jamboard. And this is going to take you directly to that student's work. Because you can see the first one was the template that I gave out, and then the options to do stuff on that second template. So when I click it, well, there's what Darlene did. Lovely sun, trying out some of the features on there and likes the sticky notes. So that's how we can incorporate that in there. Then I can always go back here. I can do my return, all those things. Now, two things to point out. One, just like a Google Classroom, it's going to save everything to your Google Classroom Drive folder. So I'm going to go click on my Google Drive. And down here you can see there's my Classroom folder. And if I scroll down, there's my Elementary IT for Learning. So this is the classroom I was in with all my assignments, and we know that it can do all the assignments and organizes it for you. So there's my Jamboard one. That's my template, so that's my original right there. And when I go into the testing of Jamboard, so this is the actual assignment. There's everyone's jams in one nice organized spot. Now, they're nicely organized here, but I will point out, let's go back to my actual Jamboard. So when I go to my home page on my Jamboard, it does not organize nicely like Google Drive. Just so you're aware, you can see now I'm going to have a copy of everyone's Jam when it says owned by everyone. I can change that to owned by me. But you can see, because I've worked on it, it does become part of mine. So this can get a little bit crazy, but you'll be able to at least organize a little bit using some of these tools up here, grid view, list view, and it tells you when it comes in at least. And finally, just because I like to keep my Google Drive organized, remember your jams just kind of go in as a file to your Google Drive. So one thing I suggest is, why not go into your Drive, click on New, add a new folder, and just call it your Jams or Jamboard, wherever you want to call it. And then simply drag your Jams right into there, or you can do a right click and move them in. It's just nice because it's going to keep things organized where all your Jams are. They're totally going to still exist on your Jamboard in here, but in your drive, it's just nice to organize it so you're ready for the next time you want to create more jams.